together, right? And I don't know if hiking is the best like get together activity, right?
It's not. Like you mostly just end up walking next to each other and not actually talking all that much.
Right, you end up just like breathing heavy and walking up a big hill.
Yeah. Um, so, uh,
No, that's valid. I think those are just like the two big questions that I guess really you would break it into three. What are your travel limits, location, and then activities? That I think everyone needs to answer roughly, so we can get like Morgan, same thing for you.
I mean,
Yeah.
everyone that's spoken so far has said they have no travel limits.
Yeah.
That's fair, but there might be someone that does.
I have no travel limits.
I feel like we've gotten through everyone, though, right? Like we've had like 8 people in the Discord today. We've missed. I guess the only one we've missed is like Grant.
Grant,
And I'm
I don't think Grant
and
is going to have
yeah, I
travel
was gonna
limits.
say I think Grant can travel just fine. Yeah, Jack
that's
maybe.
Yeah,
fair.
Grant probably has the least travel limits.
Yeah. So out of the Morgan, what are your thoughts on location and activities?
I really don't care. Honestly, I will let other people who have stronger opinions than I do.
I think
Okay,
we're going to
you
get
gotta
into a
you gotta
bit of
give
decision
something.
paralysis if
I
people.
mean, I'm cool with
I'm with you guys.
going on a lake somewhere. I think that'd be a lot of fun. If we got like an Airbnb.
Kind of like what we did at your house up north, Logan, freshman year.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
not
But more
when
advanced.
the lake is frozen. I'd also be down to go somewhere where the lake is frozen, but that's going to be a little tricky in June.
You know, Australia is a great idea.
I don't think the lakes freeze in Australia.
I like Australia.
So
That
the
might
only
be
issue
within
with
my. That might be
if
outside
I'm
my
doing
travel
Australia,
limitations
I'm going
for
there for
5
a
days.
month.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm going there for a month if I'm doing it because I'm hitting New Zealand as well. So I don't think everyone's looking to spend a month in a different country.
No, yeah, the first requirement was not a prob.
Do we think there's anywhere where the lakes actually freeze over?
Southern
Southern
hemisphere.
Hemisphere?
Southern hemisphere, yeah. It's just...
I mean, I'm sure if you go far enough north in Canada.
But like in,
like
I guess probably some of
Patagonia.
the.
So I know Alaska does get some snow. They can get snow occasionally in like July.
Yeah, I mean, eventually you'll get above the snow line, but
Yeah, like
I
South
feel like there's not a
Argentina.
lot of places that have lakes frozen over in June.
Yeah, valid.
I don't know. Would Tahoe really be that expensive? It's been my favorite idea so far.
I would guess that yes, Tahoe really would be that expensive.
It's just a big lake, man.
I think just
There's a lot of
the
people
issue
in California, and they have a lot of
I
money.
think that's just all it is. Is it's just all of the money from California. So if anyone gets a beach or like a lake place, they're doing it in Tahoe. So you're competing with people with millions of dollars.
Maybe if you get a little further off the beaten path, then there's other places out west. But yeah, I don't think there's anywhere cheap on Lake Tahoe.
I will say that is one benefit of the Ozark is it's a massive area. So it's pretty easy to get lost in where like you can kind of have your own, we'll call it, area.
Yeah, and I saw that it has a very high aspect ratio. So there's a lot of surface area, or there's a lot of perimeter compared to Lake
Yeah.
Tahoe has a much lower aspect ratio.
Yeah, because what they did is it was a river that they just flooded.
Yeah,
Or that
it's just a dammed river.
Yep. That or I mean I've always heard fantastic things about the UP and I've always wanted to get up there.
It's cool.
I was just looking at that.
It's okay.
There's nothing
It's pretty
special
cool.
about the UP.
Yeah, it's
I
cool.
mean,
It's
the UP is the UP is very similar to northern Wisconsin, northern Minnesota, and northern Michigan. It's just if you like that stuff, then you generally will enjoy it. But to your credit, it's not like it's anything overly new. Here, let's see, Lake of the Ozarks. What do you mean there's a problem connecting to the server?
June might still be chilly in the UP.
Oh,
Like I bet
100%.
nighttime temperatures are still down in the 40s or 50s
like
a lot of the
again,
time.
like we're all traveling for this. Let's not go to the fucking Upper Peninsula.
Right?
Damn, what do you got against the UP?
It's just like
I'm just fucking
Hickland
around.
and some cool lakes, but nothing, like Morgan said, too special.
What's wrong with Hickland and some cool lakes?
I was gonna say,
There's
you were
nothing wrong
entirely
with that. I just don't want
you were-
to go on a coordinated
Yeah.
trip there with the friends that I haven't seen in years.
Job's done.
Yeah, I'm with Natan on
I
this
see
one.
that.
I
Well
want to
done.
ixnay the
Excellent work.
UP.
No,
Holy
I'm
cow,
I'm all for
Yoshi.
not going to the UP. I
Dennis
agree. I
gave
thought
me
it was a
hope.
fun, silly thing.
So who is
So let's
Yep.
see. For me, I do.
In Japan,
Don't know.
Brain
Not that.
Sergeant, top of all.
I'm kind of mapping out
Good
my
instinct.
route right now.
day. Tiger Crow boss needs surgery,
Um,
but both die on table. Tiger Crows were very angry.
yeah, so
I highly
I'm
vote.
looking at like a
Send to
10-hour
America.
drive would allow me.
But there is
Like I
secret.
would probably what it would
I
be is
killed
whenever
Tiger
we
Crow
decide
boss
to
on
go.
purpose.
Let's say it's
World
you
best surgeon, make no mistake.
we're starting it Wednesday. Let's say.
early?
So I would leave,
I had a-
drive all the way down to
given
just outside of St. Louis
This is all.
Tuesday night.
I know.
I'd get down there, and then people could all fly in. I could get who we need to at St. Louis. or
Toggle
whoever's
toggle
flying in
AD
then,
toggle AD toggle
then-
ADS enabled.
Finish the rest of the drive from there. Which let me remove starting point. Highland to there. It's a 3-hour drive, 2.5 from St. Louis, which is not bad at all.
Dak Prescott is so bad.
I'm wondering.
He's genuinely awful. Oh my god.
Grant might in theory want to fly into Kansas City. It's basically the same distance from St. Louis to Kansas City, but for him it might be an easier flight. To
Kansas
get
City's
into.
a scuffed airport, man.
Is it? I haven't been there. Let's see, Madison, Wisconsin to Lake of the Ozarks. It's about an 8-hour drive. Which you could do that, or I mean, you guys could all out of there could just fly from Madison probably to St. Louis if you wanted to. Holy shit, the Packers are winning 27-0.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Dak threw another pick six.
Jesus Christ. Dude, what is up with teams?
Packers are winning 27-0.
It's not even halftime, dog.
That is hilarious. I mean, the Cowboys have just had to have given up at this point. Goddamn.
Dude,
If,
I mean, Dak is just so horrible. Like, I don't know. This game, I used to like him. This game has single-handedly changed my entire outlook on this man.
I think
If
that's what
the-
the 49er game did for a lot of Vikings fans. Their cousins.
If they lose, are they out?
Yeah, it's the playoff.
Logan, in the 49er
wasn't
game,
sure if-
Kirk Cousins was pressured on 68% of his dropbacks. In this game, Dak has thrown 2 pick sixes, unpressured, just directly into the hands of Niners players.
Packer players.
Yeah,
But
Niners
yeah.
players.
No, but I just meant in the standpoint of like one game changed a shit ton of people's opinion of him.
Right.
I'm going to kill you now.
Thank you for the
Oh,
information.
I
I'm gonna
suppose-
give my dad shit now.
Now that I think about it,
Is your dad a big Dak fan?
Somewhat. Cowboys.
So the other thing I think of now that I'm thinking about it, I could always take the ferry from Muskegon over to Milwaukee, get to pick up Jack from there, and then meet up with you guys in Madison, and then we could just take 2 cars and split everyone in half. We're trying to do that as well.
Oh, have y'all talked with Jack?
Nope.
Jack's kind of a cheapskate.
Well, yes. However, I think he'd do it because, especially Lake of the Ozarks, comparatively, would be very cheap. You know, you're splitting, it's, you know, let's say there's 10 of us, all 10 of us, and we get somewhere in the price range of somewhere from $500 to $1,000 per night. That like $1,000 would be for like a nice place there, supposedly what Massimo was saying. That'd be $100 per person, which would
Yeah,
be crazy.
$1,000 a night seems like. I mean,
That
Actually,
wouldn't be
that's-
too
I
bad.
guess you need 10 beds, but that still seems like kind of a lot.
Yes, but then at the same, then all you'd need is food and stuff like that. So I mean, each person.
Oh my
probably
god,
gonna be
Dak
out,
almost
like-
just threw
Well, I
another
mean,
pick.
I don't think we would have to pay even $1,000 a night.
Oh no, you wouldn't have to. I'm saying like if it was like the nicest place we could find basically down there, and one of the dudes like $1,000. It's obviously $100 per person for 5 nights or something like that, and then food and drink. Slash, like I guess like maybe we'd split a boat rental if we decided to do that. Like
You're not saying $1,000 per night per person, right?
no, this would be the whole
No.
group. So you'd pay
Dude,
$100
That'd be
per
total.
person would be insane.
That's what.
why
Well,
Yeah.
no, this, I think
was only
Massimo or
half
Alec
listening,
had
that's
that.
why I was questioning.
Yeah,
Question.
Massimo or Alec had that question earlier when we were talking about it because it was like $850, and I think I think Alex like, wait, per person or something like that, or like per person per night, and it's like, dude, if we're doing that, we're at a fucking castle. Yeah, no, this would be. And that was one thing. That was like the high end. Like Massimo saw places down there for 10 people a night for like $350.
Yeah.
Sure.
So like that would be $35 a person plus for like we're in total probably spending like $400 then at most then at that point per person.
I mean, I'm going to put something in the chat.
Yeah, honestly, the most important thing is figuring out people's price limits.
Yeah.
I would agree. Lake of. I mean, I would say I don't have one within reason. Like I'm obviously not looking to go spend thousands and thousands of dollars, but I'm also somewhat expecting it to be somewhat expensive.
Yeah.
Here, adults, 10. All right.
Yeah, there are many options for very reasonable prices.
Yeah, I think the big thing we have to make sure when doing, and I simply know this because of doing this before, or doing a fair amount of this stuff with my family, we have to make sure whatever place we're getting actually has, like a lot of things will count like couches as beds. I don't, we just would have to make sure of that we count 10 actual beds unless some people want to do couches.
Yeah, I'm fine with a couch, but
Don't worry,
Yeah,
I'm
we
not
should-
opposed to necessarily a couch either, but I think we just have to make sure of what people are down for, and willing to do.
I think the other big thing we're going to want to make sure of, at least this becomes an issue a lot of the time in Texas, is verifying actual lake access. Gets In
Oh, 100%. I mean, in my mind, we're looking at something that's got a dock.
yes, ideally.
Yeah, like I'm not like okay. I found this one. Oh god, it's got a tiki bar. Entire home in self check-in. Let's see where you'll sleep. So they have let's see, it's bedroom, 2 king beds. Oh, this one's got king bed, a sofa bed, a bunk bed. This one's got a king bed, a bunk bed, one queen and a sofa bed, 2 sofa beds in the living room. $625 a night. Lakeview waterfront. Um,
I think
fishing from
even
dock, kayaks,
625
paddleboard.
seems like it seems probably more expensive than, or maybe I'm just looking at off-season prices, but
I put in dates for the middle of the summer. For it's like 5-6 days or something like that. A huge dock with a 12 by 32 foot slip boat thing. A large bar that can seat 10 TV stereo.
oh, I
Kayak,
think
paddleboard,
also
lily pad.
something that we might run into is some of these places might have a
Toggle
minimum
ADS
for how
disabled.
many days you have to be there.
That's
So if
fair.
we're not going to be there a whole week,
I mean, I think that sort of minutia is pretty easy to figure out, just like when you're about to actually look for a specific place.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, hot tub, tropical tiki bar, fire table, fire pit. I don't know. Sleeps supposedly 14.
You know what? What if we do some? Let's think outside the box. What if we all just chipped in money and simply purchased one of these homes, and then we can kickstart an investment journey with a housewarming party?
What an idea.
Oh, yeah, I think that part of it is definitely off-season prices because I just changed one of these from January to June, and it went from like $200 a night
Toggle
to $900
ADS
a night.
enabled.
Right.
Yeah. The other thing we would want to look at is just the overall room problem. Just from neighbors or stuff like that as well, depending on what we're looking for.
Yeah, if we're gonna be fairly loud and rowdy, we're gonna want to be.
And I mean, yes, but at the same time, there is a certain aspect of it where, obviously everyone knows that it's, when we Airbnb it, obviously we hoped people would be quiet, but also there's an understanding of the neighbors. Obviously this is going to be, not that we have to be disrespectful, but.
When we were in Austin for soccer, the house we were at had a decibel monitor, and we just definitely ignored that and never got in trouble.
Yeah. Ideally, I want something with a large deck outside so I can have my morning coffee outside, overlooking the lake. Yeah, I don't want to do. I'm thinking we don't want to do a condo. Thinking we'd want to do a home.
Yeah.
I
I want a
certainly.
big, nice lake house.
Yeah, yes. That's kind of where it's too. If we're doing this, I want something that's large, nice, kind of private.
Yeah,
has
Ozark's-
everything we need.
I'm slowly buying into Ozark.
I've also been looking at what's it called?
I'll be right back.
The land between the lakes in Kentucky is 2 lakes that run parallel to each other with a national forest in between. That's probably an hour outside Nashville. Well, let me see how long it actually is from Nashville. But I think it would probably be a little bit of a pain for y'all to. You would not want to drive it, I don't think. But
I don't know. I like flying, so I'm totally fine flying.
I enjoy
an
flying.
hour 45 to the far end.
I enjoy flying as well. In my mind, for me at least personally, I'm gonna drive an hour to Grand Rapids or so, fly to St. Louis, and then have to drive another 2.5, 3 hours. So at that point, I'm doing all that stuff. It's gonna be 5 hours of travel. I might as well probably drive it, damn near. I'm trying to think. I mean, is there any other cool lake places, or just other?
Yeah, I mean, uh,
I mean, I've
the
always heard
land
like
between the
northern
lakes
Georgia has some cool places.
is closer to Nashville than Lake of the Ozarks is to St. Louis. So there'd be less driving on the back end for that.
What is it called?
Land
Land.
between the lakes. It's right on the Tennessee-Kentucky border.
I think I know people that go down here for stuff. Although I will say, as of right now, what I'm seeing is more campsites than Airbnb.
Yeah, in the National Recreation Area, it's going to be mostly campsites.
Oh,
But it
you're
looks
saying
like
on the
the
out.
other sides are Airbnbs and stuff. I'd
What's
also
the
be fine camping.
what?
I'm
Well,
perfectly happy to camp anytime.
yeah. I mean, I agree. Boundary Waters was actually thrown out by Alec, which I think would be fun.
I was going to suggest that, but
I think
getting to the Boundary Waters is not easy.
so. In my mind,
And
I think this
June
time around
is the
we
very
should
beginning of the season.
I think this time around, I think we should really try and target something that is pretty easy to get to, nothing super crazy. I'm all for as we go down this and keep doing it to turn it into a tradition and do some more cooler things at a certain point. But I think probably now we probably want to try and do something that's a little bit more easier than like Boundary Waters, which I love
Yeah, I agree.
personally.
Also, for Boundary Waters, I would probably want to take more than
Yeah, I want to
a
spend
day
at
of
least a
travel
week
on either
there.
side and 3 or 4
Oh,
days
that
in the
yeah.
middle.
Oh, let's see. Let's see how far is this? Because I think yeah, it's actually technically closer for me than Ozarks is.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, if the Wisconsin people are going to fly, it'll probably be, the flight will be pretty comparable. The drive will be a little bit shorter. I think one of the big benefits is there is the big national recreation area. So if we decide for a little while we don't want to just sit on the dock, we can go explore that as well. Or if we want to camp, whereas Ozarks looked like it was much, not completely, but much more so private.
Yes. Oh, you're saying private or public land?
Yeah, because we'd
Yeah.
be, I think, more confined to our area there,
Yes.
to whatever rental we got there.
Yeah, rental, and then obviously whatever kind of boat or anything like that. But outside of that, yes, you would be more confined as there's less public land there. Although there
So
are
I'm fine with either.
multiple golf
but-
club or golf courses as well. I do see some hiking, but at the Ozarks, but
Yeah, I haven't looked into it seriously. I imagine that there is something to do
yeah,
in the big natural
I just
recreation
basically
area, but I don't know
I'm
what.
I'm zoomed in enough so I see all the resorts and like golf courses, any of that stuff. They have a small airport, but I'm guessing it's way too small of an airport to fly into.
Yeah, I mean, I bet you could fly into Hopkinsville if you wanted to. Or,
Where the fuck is Hopkinsville?
Hopkinsville Christian County Airport. Yeah.
Oh, are you over at Kentucky?
But I don't think you would want to. Probably be difficult. Clarksville, Kentucky. Or Tennessee, maybe. Who's the oldest out of us? Will anyone be 25 at that point?
Why do you need 25?
It makes renting a car a lot easier.
That it's common misconception. I no problems renting a car. You know,
Well,
you get higher
it's just
rates.
more expensive. Yeah, you just pay a higher rate.
I rented a car in Austin, did not pay any higher rate.
Oh, really? I have looked a couple of times, and from what I found, you did have to pay a
It's
higher
just
rate.
it's like a company policy thing that used
Yeah,
to be
it
a
is.
lot more common.
Actually, if I'm looking at this right, flying into Clarksville Regional Airport is not that expensive, and I can get a direct from Boston.
Yeah, Alaska, Finger Lake. A lot of Michigan has been on here. Maine, Montana, the Carolinas,
Oh no, it's
Vermont.
flying into Nashville. Yeah, it's flying into Nashville.
Lake Geneva, Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's only private. There's no...
So are you guys over there still getting snow or no?
I don't think so. We got a little bit. We got like 2 or 3 inches last weekend, but it's all melted by now.
Okay.
And then we might get another. We might get some trace stuff this week. But nothing like what you got. I'm jealous of y'all. Actually, how much did you get, Logan?
So it's been a bit warmer here than Madison, obviously because of the lake. However, we have been dumped on with snow. I don't know. I needed my muck boots to walk around when I was outside. Super windy. It's been snowing all day. I have no idea what the fuck it's actually finished up at, but it's been a bad one.
But like more than 6 or 7 inches.
I would say so, yeah. I'd say probably somewhere between a half a foot to a foot. I know it's a pretty big range, but probably say like 8 inches.
Yeah, I wish.
Oh, here's a cool spot. Got a large deck, hot tub, bunch of beds. Can't see if it
Okay,
actually
I'm gonna
overlooks
go
the lake.
put my dinner in the oven. I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Sounds good. Ooh, I hate that bedding though. That is nasty. Nice kitchen. Right on the lake. Ooh, a little bit further away from the lake than I think you'd like. Yeah, there's not a lot of great lake access to that one. And the other big thing would be, and I guess it would be obviously late June then, but would be like Copa America if there's enough desire or want to go do that as well. Gotcha. Kind of wild, Morgan. I just realized. So the Pokemon, we'll call it the unique type combination for the longest, were all the poison type. So, um, so Gengar line was the only ghost poison, Nidoking ghost ground or poison ground until Clodsire, and then Zubat though. There's only one poison flying in all games. Which I feel like that's kind of a surprise. Like, obviously, that was the big first one. That's a staple. But then, since then, no other one has been in the game.
Interesting.
Yeah, normally that's a pretty common random thing that's thrown out. Well, not that specific thing, but just looking at what's it called? Looking on Reddit on the Pokemon subreddit, it's always like weird shit like that.
Oh, the Cowboys scored.
Yeah.
Yep, right before half.
Yeah, these playoff games have kind of been duds. The best game has been 26-7. Oh, Morgan, you did miss it. At one point, I don't know how we got to looking through our old group chat, but it was chaotic.
Oh?
Yeah, Natan, I don't even know how we got started on that. But it's like looking through all of our old messages and shit like that, was interesting. Trying to think. The highlights we saw probably were you in a cat dress or something like that.
Wonderful. Yes.
That one's still on there.
Where is this?
In the Basement Bro Chacho group chat, when you scroll
Oh,
all the
yeah.
way back to like the beginning.
Yes, I'm quite fond of the video of Morgan in a cat suit.
Yeah. There's random pictures of when we went through people's Facebook accounts. So like there's Grant when he was hiking and looked homeless. There's when Massimo slept and spilled coffee everywhere. There's Cassidy with a picture saying I'm a dork. Oh god, dude. All I know is I want Matt Stafford to beat the Lions so fucking bad. All my coworkers have already had too good of a year with Michigan winning it. So like I need Matt Stafford to rip their heart out.
I actually hate Michigan so much.
It's not great. I definitely at one point I used to not mind them and like I was like, whatever. Like I hate Ohio State. I fucking hate Michigan now.
Dude,
Like
it's so bad.
before the call. Well, because the worst part is they have like, and I guess they have the same complex that like Patriot fans have, where it's like, like why does everyone hate us? Like we did nothing wrong, and it's like, oh, the whole world's out to get us, and it's like, no one cares. Like what?
CD Lamb's actually so good, man.
Yeah, that was a nice play.
Now, if the Cowboys score a touchdown and get a stop, I would be worried if I were the Packers.
Or because they score right before going into half, come out, score again.
I mean, that is 100% of the momentum.
Yeah.
What was the deficit of the Falcons Patriots Super Bowl?
28 to 3.
27. Or yeah, 28-3. So they're 1 point less and 1 point less on defense and 4 points more on offense.
Vikings came back from 33-0 at half.
Oh yeah, dude. So that game, I was watching the game, and that was the same day as my graduation.
Mhm.
I go into it, and the last I saw, like Vikings just went down like 21-0 or something like that, and I'm like, oh, this fucking sucks. Whatever. So I'm just like, all right, good thing I can't even watch it because whatever. Turns out they suck. I walk out of my graduation
Wide open.
and see Delvin Cook break the long touchdown to tie it or whatever. And I fucking pull, and I'm like, oh my fucking shit! So then we went to the dinner spot that we were doing like we got like a reservation at a place that we were having all my family. We were all having dinner, and we had a little bit of time in between. But I sat in my car with my two brothers, and we watched the rest of the game
That's
and
sick.
stuff like that. And it was like, oh my god, the fact that was on the day I graduated too, where like I have to turn my phone off. I don't have service in the gym. We're getting fucking shellacked, and I'm like, oh, this fucking sucks. To open it back up after graduating, and it's like, oh my god, this is amazing.
That's sick. Yeah, I'm just gonna take credit for that one. The Vikings were down 33. I turned the game off at halftime, and I never turned it on. I saw them coming back on ESPN, and I was like, you know what? I'm not turning this game back on no matter what.
Dude,
And they
you're
won.
a king. Yeah, because by the time I pulled it back up, they were already back to, or they just scored it and tied it. So I was like, oh, fucking awesome.
Yeah, I said something's working. I'm not turning this on.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
Yeah, I just went back and watched the condensed game on NFL YouTube after. Pretty satisfying.
That's so many points. 33-0.
In a half too.
Did they even have a defensive score?
The Colts did. We did not.
Yeah, that's where I was thinking. Like, I was like, I'm pretty sure our offense put up all of it.
Yeah, just stop, touchdown, stop, touchdown, stop, touchdown.
I don't even know how we got to. Cause didn't we tie at 36?
No, we tied at 30. Oh yeah, at 36.
Yeah. And then they kicked the field goal to win it, right?
Yep, in OT.
So 39-36. Yeah. So I'm trying to think of how they would have gotten to
Yeah, because it was
36.
30. We were down 34-36 when we went for 2, and then got it with that play over the middle.
That's right. Yeah. Yep. Or no, I think it was. Yeah, it was the Cook touchdown. Because I think that was the last
That made it
touchdown
34.
into the
Yeah.
and then to the 2-point conversion. Yeah, that's what I opened it up to. Is Cook's like 70-something yard touchdown. I'm like, holy shit! And then they got the 2-point conversion. It's like, oh my god.
That would have been depressing if they missed that too, because that would have been game over.
Yeah. That would have been. Oh boy. Still. All right. Well, I think I'm actually gonna hop off. I have to get dinner and everything like that, and then we'll see. I think Morgan, if Roger says he's gonna get on at 10, I'm thinking that's probably too late for me since I work tomorrow.
Okay.
And that'd be 11 my time, and I don't really want to be up that late. However, I am available through the rest of the week, so I don't think I'll be traveling for the next couple weeks at least. So I should be good to go whenever, or at least I am good to go. So then whenever, like tomorrow, we can randomly hop on at a different point.
Okay.
Because you don't work tomorrow, do you?
No, I do not.
Yeah, so I'm almost thinking as soon as I get off of work at like 3 o'clock my time, since everyone else is either working from home or not working, we should probably, I guess depending on what you guys are doing, but I imagine you should be available or would be available, so we can hop on and crank it out real quick.
Yeah, works for me.
Yeah. All right. I'll talk to y'all later.
See
Yep.
ya. You know, food sounds like a good idea right now. I might do the same, actually, but I'll probably be on later tonight. So,
Okay.
all right, I'll see you guys later too. Bye.
Have a good one.
Dude, fuck the Mantis Lords, Morgan.
What?
Is Morgan here?
You literally just left.
No, Morgan just left.
Did you? Is that what
When
I
did you
heard?
get here?
I heard 2 noises simultaneously. That must have been Morgan leaving as Massimo joined. That's an uncanny.
Wow, I saw him when I clicked the button to join. And I said something that only Morgan would understand.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Wow, that's unlucky. I'm playing Hollow Knight.
I can tell. You're struggling with the Mantis Swords.
Dude, they're tough. What are you guys up to?
Playing Cyberpunk, watching football.
Yeah, we were looking at spots for the trip.
It's actually sad how hard the Cowboys are getting cooked right now.
By who?
The Packers. Like, I actually feel bad for the Cowboys. Like, it's like watching a kitten get annihilated by a hungry lion.
And it's the Packers.
Yeah.
Not exactly the year's fiercest team.
This game fucking sucks.
Not quite what the boys needed.
Listen, I'm not gonna be too mad about a Cowboys loss, but it does suck that the Packers are the ones doing this. Gotta say.
V, got a simple gig. There's a van sitting at a Revere Courier Services facility. You're gonna break in, clep it. If you wanna know what's in the ride, check the attachment.
So, okay, hold on. The Packers are the 6th seed, so if they win this, they'll have to play the Niners. Right?
You guys have any interest in playing poker?
There's 3 of us, so not really. But I have a great deal of interest in playing in general.
Well, I'm saying if we convince more.
Like most people just left. Rogers had
Yeah, there were more people on that just left.
Rogers
Where'd they go to
in
now?
Milwaukee. Logan said he's not gonna be on till for a while. Morgan said he'll be back, but later.
What is Roger doing in Milwaukee?
He's going to the Bucks game.
Do you know what Alec was up to?
No. And he left for dinner as well, but it's not like he'd play poker either.
No, I was just curious. We were doing Roblox together earlier, and he had to go, and I was curious what his plans were.
Roblox.
Dude, when we're Roblox billionaires, you're gonna be one that I'm laughing at.
I never
Are there any
laughed.
Roblox billionaires?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They pay something like $1.5 billion per year to developers, so the popular games are definitely like Maybe not billionaires, but tens of millionaires, hundreds of
I don't know.
millionaires.
Yeah, probably tens of billionaires. You're right. It's not billionaires.
No, they're probably hundreds of millionaires, not billionaires.
They're probably 100 trillionaires if I were to guess, to be honest.
That's a good guess. That's gonna be me, Cassidy.
Have your manservant in that case.
You want to be my manservant? I would be very not a good boss.
Very not a good boss.
Just keeping it 100, boys.
Let's see. The guy who invented Roblox has the most Robux.
Robux? I tell you what, measure wealth.
That's how legit.ng measures wealth. He's got $1.5 million in Robux.
Million or billion?
Million.
That's not much. I guess considering that it's in Robux is kind of a lot.
Followed by Sons of Sevenless.
Is that the guy who invented Brookhaven?
I have no idea. $993,000 in Robux.
Why wouldn't you liquidate it out of Robux?
What do you mean? That's as liquid as it gets.
No, into like cash.
Oh, you thought US dollars was a
pay-
fiat currency. No, it's backed by Robux.
You might have to pay taxes when you pull it out into.
Could you imagine in 2048, the U.S. government, the Federal Reserve announces that the dollar will henceforth be backed by Robux?
Yeah, the Robux standard. Nixon administration's famous replacement to the gold standard.
You know, the funny thing is, I'd probably support it. It would be funny enough and base enough that I would allow it.
You know what's not based? Vanguard does not support buying Bitcoin ETFs.
Grantchester, who is an AI created by
Really?
even
Yeah,
microcybernetics,
they said they wouldn't allow their
has
customers
been
to do it.
lauded for
It doesn't
several
follow their
other works over
philosophy.
the years.
Like, bro,
Her first novel,
your
Requiem
philosophy should be to let
for
people do whatever the hell they want.
published
I
in
thought this was
several
America.
languages simultaneously, sold over 3 million copies. In the
Okay,
Apple
Donald Glover.
and drama
I mean, you don't have to buy them through
and is already considered
Fidelity
a
or
masterpiece of
Vanguard.
world collecting.
Yeah,
I know, that's my point. I like Vanguard, and I want to buy it through Vanguard. All my shit's
But
on
it doesn't
Vanguard.
agree with their philosophy.
Well, maybe my philosophy is to kill them.
Good one.
Thanks.
I fucking hate this game. Should I just give up?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I do when things are hard.
Yep.
I'm gonna find the same boss for like an hour and a half.
That's why you give up.
Have you ever considered giving up?
No, not yet.
Have you ever considered you're not good enough?
Every fucking day of my life and time.
Hyonk?
Okay, Scandinavian clown. Fuck.
Fight.
Flee.
Someone gets it.
I should rewatch that episode. It was so good. I loved Mr. Nimbus.
Mr. Nimbus.
Is that the one where Morty's in like a time dilated transportation thing too, and like Jessica becomes a Time Lord?
I don't entirely remember. I just remember it was the first episode of that season.
No, like that episode is the one where that happens, right? Because Morty keeps getting wine and it's like in an alternate dimension.
Yeah.
That's a goated episode. Top 5 for sure.
Fuck it. Did my part. Hey, who's there?
God damn, I'm the worst player in this game alive.
God damn it, I'm the worst game this player alive. What?
Okay. I only have one heart left, but I'm kind of going fucking beast mode.
Pretty big talk from the worst player this game alive.
And the duality of man is on.
He has not yet provided evidence supporting this claim.